they kicked off of their insurance plans when the individual mandate goes away.
But Matt, the name of the game is let's get in the ring and make things better. I mean, it's so easy to stand there and say this one's in a death spiral and this one's going to kick everyone off. What would you do? Give me one thing you would do to this plan to make it better.
Okay, so let me just finish that thought real fast, which is when Americans decide not to buy insurance, you know what that is? That's freedom. And so what I would do if I was in the Republican conference, the first thing I would do is let's have a repeal bill, because this really is about scrapping Obamacare. The second thing I would do, I think it's great that Paul Ryan has this version of the bill, but I would have a very open amendment process in which conservatives have a real chance to reform this bill. The only way we're going to get consensus through the House and then the Senate is if they have an open debate with the American people about what we want and about what we want to avoid, all the pitfalls with Obamacare.
But with respect, you guys are both doing exactly what both sides in Washington have been guilty of. You're criticizing the other plan. You're saying why we should do nothing.
I can be
come
specific.
up with like real solutions.
Melissa, I can be specific.
Okay, go ahead.
I think every mandate should go away. I think every tax increase should go away. I think that the refundable tax credit is an interesting idea, but I think it probably goes to too high of an income threshold. I think that should be reduced. I think we should be sensitive to those folks that don't qualify for Medicaid but still want to find an affordable way to purchase health care. I think Paul Ryan's trying to figure out a way to do that with this refundable tax credit. I think he should be open to changes so that the truly needy get it and not people who make an awful lot of money.
Simon, do you want to take one more crack at
Melissa,
the number one thing you would do?
Yeah, no, I just reject this entire framing of this conversation. The market was broken when Barack Obama came to the White House. People were not able to get insurance. Healthcare inflation was galloping. We fixed those things, right? Tens of millions of people have insurance.
What about all the markets where there's only one choice and the insurance companies are pulling out?
You've been interrupting me a lot today. Let me finish, right? Is that I'm trying to get my point. I'm answering your question.
Go ahead.
Right? And so tens of millions of people have insurance who didn't have it before, and they're happy with that insurance. We know that from polling. The second thing is that healthcare inflation, it is true, healthcare inflation has actually slowed down. And so we made significant changes that improved the American healthcare system. Pre-existing conditions are covered for everybody. We can go through the whole list of stuff. The Republicans are the ones who say they don't like it. The public supports
Simon,
Obamacare.
you're repeating yourself now.
So
you're repeating yourself, and let me ask, sir.
So if they want to fix it, it's incumbent upon them to come up with a better idea.
You are repeating yourself, and now you need to answer my question, which is what about all the markets where there's only, listen to me,
ideas on the table, and we've made the system better.
Simon,
the Republicans don't like it. It's incumbent upon them.
I asked you what about all the markets where there's only one insurance company and those carriers have said they are leaving? What is the answer to that question, Simon?
The answer is higher subsidies. The answer is higher subsidies.
More government tax dollars. More tax dollars from our audience. That's the answer?
Yeah, that's the answer.
Okay.
If you want to fix
I'm glad you're willing to admit it on television.
Subsidies.
I'm glad you're willing to admit it on television that it's more taxpayer dollars taken from working people and given then over to insurance companies. You're going to take taxpayer dollars. Who pays taxes?
Not from working people.
Working people pay taxes. Who pays taxes? Gentlemen, we got to hold it there. We have a break. Everybody, we're going to take a breath and come right back.
Okay.
FBI Director James Comey expected to go on the record today and confirm whether or not his agency is investigating possible ties between President Trump's campaign and Russia. Here's Senator Lindsey Graham.
We're going to have a hearing on Russia. I don't want to bump into a criminal investigation if there is one. I think the entire country needs to know if there's something there. And in terms of the letter we wrote, I want an answer.
Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Harris is live in Washington. All right, good morning, Catherine. Are we going to get some answers today?
Well, Shannon, this issue is coming to a head in just an hour from now. We are expecting a news conference from the Republican chairman and ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, a status update on their Russia investigation, and we also expect confirmation of the witnesses for the first public hearing next Monday. In the meantime, Senator Graham and Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island have asked the FBI director whether there is evidence to support these wiretapping allegations, and both men told media outlets they expect an answer from the FBI director as early as today. Last night, another senior Republican and critic of the president weighed in.
No evidence whatsoever, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, but we just repeated, it can be handled with a phone call. Our intelligence agencies know whether Trump Tower was tapped or not, and that should be very simple.
In a statement last night, the Republican chairman of the powerful Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, said he would hold up the confirmation of the Deputy Attorney General. until he gets an answer from the FBI one way or the other. Shannon.
All right, so Catherine, we're learning more about how some of this information was collected, right?
Well, lawmakers tell Fox News a key issue is what's called incidental intelligence collection and whether the information in this case was used lawfully and appropriately. Incidental collection happens when a foreign target such as the Russian ambassador is tracked and the phone calls and text messages of an American are picked up. And based on our reporting, we believe the former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn was flagged in this way. A member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, who's also investigating Russia, explained the issue to Fox News.
All the accusations that continue to float out there of what connections were with what campaigns, how was it done, who was that done with, and what surveillance was actually happening at the same time for any foreign leaders and if any U.S. persons were wrapped up into that. That'll be a part of a broader investigation, but we are eager to be able to get all information so we can go through that.
Another scenario is that a foreign intelligence service was targeting the Russians and in the process picked up communications from Americans. That is legal, and it's also legal to share that raw data with the U.S. intelligence services. So that's another key angle to keep your eye on as we lead up to next Monday, Shannon.
All right, and we know you will. Catherine, thanks so much.
You're welcome.